Guys, focus, please. All of you, focus. We uploaded a short video clip and we exposed these two Muslims on the screen. Sister Farida, right? And his son, Rumzi. And my prophet, brother, was not suicidal. My prophet was not suicidal. Many Muslims try to refute me in their response videos. They never call in. They do not dare to call in when we go live. They can only do response videos because they know whenever Rob goes live, anything that they say live on air will be used against them. If you say yes, it's going to be used against you. You say no, it's going to be used against you. Whatever a Muslim says, we can use it against them in the court of law. And my live streams are the court of law. The court of law to spank Islam, spank the fake prophet of Islam, Muhammad. So they only do response videos and they're like scared puppies. I'm not going to call in. I can only do response videos, brother. So I don't care much about these small YouTubers. I like to go after the big fish. So guys, please do me a favor. I receive a lot of messages. Rob Christian, can you refute this guy? Can you refute that guy? They even send me, someone sent me a message. Rob, can you refute this 16-year-old Muslim? 16-year-old guy. 16-year-old, you want me to refute a baby? A kid that is 16 years old? What's the point in that? Send me, if you want something to be refuted, send me the big fish. I don't care about small fishes. The big ones with the big channels, right? So I do actually 2 videos about Rumzi here. I can't stand his face, his behavior. Bro, this guy, I think there's something wrong with him, but he always acts tough, you know, his way of talking. It's very funny. It's actually very disturbing. But anyway, this Rumzi guy, he did a video about the suicidal prophet. And he said, we know the hadith is sahih because it's in Sahih al-Bukhari, but the part that is in Sahih al-Bukhari hadith, that part is da'if. Imagine, guys, the hadith is sahih, yet part of that sahih hadith is da'if. Unbelievable, man. Brother, the hadith is sahih, but the part of that hadith is da'if. And then I destroyed both of them because both of them, they said it right. So let us rewatch the video clip, guys. Let us go through it because it's very interesting video clip. And let me also refute one of the response videos that caught my attention as well. How they try to always to get an answer and throw their own scholars and specifically Imam Bukhari under the bus as well. So let us play the video clip. All right. Here's the video clip. Let me play it first.
This is the argument where they try to claim that Muhammad, peace be upon him, tried to throw himself off a cliff. And I'll tell you what, to most people, this argument might actually look legit because he's quoting a hadith from Bukhari. But now let's read it a bit closer. It says, the Prophet, peace be upon him, became so sad as we have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of the mountains. Now, for those who are unaware of the chain of this particular hadith, it's a quotation of Aisha by Az-Zuhri. And if we look closely, it says, we have heard. In other words, Az-Zuhri doesn't give a source for his information. But now the question might be, well, hold on, this is from Bukhari, so how can it not be authentic? Good.
Guys, it's Bukhari, how can it be authentic? Let's see what he will say next.
Question, and the answer is, it is authentic.
It is authentic, but part of that authentic hadith is da'if. It is authentic, but part of the hadith is da'if.
Authentic. Good question. And the answer is, it is authentic. This is an authentic statement by Az-Zuhri. However, the khabar, the information he provides, is not authentic. In other words, Az-Zuhri definitely made this statement. However, he doesn't give a source for this particular bit of information.
Let me explain how this ignoramus, this miskeen, just deceived his gullible Muslim audience. Notice, Rumzi's whole argument here is the phrase "we have heard," which is supposedly a quotation by Az-Zuhri. According to Rumzi, Az-Zuhri did not give a source for his information. But is this true, or simply another modern-day lie to cover up the embarrassing story about the mentally ill, suicidal, false prophet of Islam? I mean, how can you trust a mentally ill, suicidal person, right? Or let alone accept him to be a true prophet of God? Notice, it's very important to understand that the Rumzi and his Dawah girlfriends cannot reject this authentic hadith because it's still a Bukhari hadith. All scholars in Sunni Islam agree there are no weak hadith in Bukhari. This is a fact in Sunni Islam. So if the report of Az-Zuhri was weak, then Bukhari himself would have not included it in his Sahih collection. Now guys, did you catch it? Remember, Imam Bukhari, for the people who do not know, Imam Bukhari, the person behind Sahih al-Bukhari collection, the multi-volume collection of Sahih al-Bukhari, Imam Bukhari, he claimed that he memorized 600,000 ahadith. How many? 600,000. He collected 600,000. Actually, let me say it correctly. He collected 600,000 and he claimed that he memorized 300,000 of them. I mean, he was the walking, talking, super duper computer of his lifetime, which is nothing but a lie. Imam Bukhari was a big fat liar. But anyway, let us not go too much off topic. But Imam Bukhari, again, collected 600,000 ahadith. Ahadith, that's the plural form of hadith. Ahadith, plural, hadith, singular. Okay, so 600,000. And he threw more than 90%, of the 600,000, he threw them out. Okay? More than 90%. Actually, very close to 99%. But I'm being generous here. And he only kept around 2,200 something, okay? Right? And I am leaving out the repetitive ones. So, 2,000, over 2,000 authentic hadith. So, around, let's say, 0.37% he kept, right? Of the 600,000 ahadith which Bukhari himself collected. Question: if the hadith about the suicidal prophet, as you see this hadith is on the screen, right? If the hadith about the suicidal prophet would have been da'if, or even a part of it would have been da'if, do you think that Imam Bukhari would have kept it, or would he have thrown it out? What do you think? Of course he would have thrown it out, but he kept it in his collection hadith, and this is the hadith on the screen, 6982. Imagine he throws out more than 99%, let's say 90%, whatever, and only 0.37% he kept out of the 600,000 ahadith. Sorry for the typo earlier in my comment, guys. It's 600,000, okay? 600,000 ahadith, which he collected. Okay? 600,000, which he collected. If this hadith was da'if, as they claim to be, then he would have not kept it. Right, guys? So on top of that, they say, you know what? The hadith is sahih, which is very funny, by the way. Which is, it's Islam is a comedy, guys. I'm not kidding. Islam has become a meme, and they are making fun of their own sunnah, the sunnah of Muhammad. They are making fun of the hadith of the Prophet, not us. If anybody is going to throw Muhammad under the bus, or let alone the sunnah of Muhammad, it would be me, a kafir like me, not you Muslims. You are throwing authentic hadith under the bus, not us. You are doing that. You are doing our job for us. Yeah, number 6982 by Franzai. So why did Imam Bukhari not thrown out this hadith on the screen, right? If it was da'if, that part of it. He did it, right? That's number one. Let us continue. But would have thrown it out completely. Now let me refute Rumzi's desperate attempt here. This guy is nothing but a parrot who parrots what he has heard from other da'is like his bigger sister Farida.
Reported inside Bukhari. However, it's reported by Zuhri, and Zuhri doesn't mention his source. These are referred to as balaghat al-Zuhri. Zuhri says, balagana, we were told, by whom we don't know. And so basically this is rejected by scholars of hadith as well.
Rumzi and his sister Farida claim that as Zuhri said, we heard it, but it's not mawsul or connected chain of narration between him and Aisha in this case. But is this true? Let me refute that lie specifically for this hadith. If we go to Tarikh al-Tabari, volume 2, page 298, we see the same story about the suicidal Prophet Muhammad who wants to jump from the high mountains. But here we see that it doesn't say that Az-Zuhri said we have heard. It actually says from Az-Zuhri, from Urwa, from Aisha. Guys, do you see? It's a connected chain. So we have a connected chain. We have a Zuhri. So they say, Zuhri said we heard, but we have a connected chain. They are throwing a Zuhri, in other words, guys, Sister Farida and Sister Rumzi, both of them are throwing a Zuhri under the bus, and they say the report is weak. We know it's a Sahih Hadith, but that part in the Sahih Hadith of Imam Bukhari, that part is da'if. But here, we see that the Hadith is connected. We have a Zuhri, we have Urwa, from Urwa, and then we have from Aisha. An Zuhri, an Urwa, an Aisha. Innaha qalat, she said, and the Hadith continues about Muhammad wanting to throw himself from the high mountains, in the process committing suicide, because Muhammad was mentally ill. Why did he want to jump? Because he became sad. Waraqa ibn Nawfal died and divine inspiration stopped. Muhammad did not have anyone to help him with the divine inspiration. The divine inspiration stopped for a long time. So Muhammad became suicidal. And every time Muhammad wanted to jump, Jibreel comes and says, Muhammad, you are Rasulullah, don't jump. Brother, don't jump. Don't humiliate yourself. You're already humiliated, but don't do it even, don't make it even more worse for yourself. So Muhammad being sad, and the divine inspiration stops, because he used to get divine inspiration from Waraqa ibn Nawfal, the cousin of Khadija, not from Allah. There's nothing called Allah. So Muhammad, as an act of desperation, he wanted to kill himself, throwing himself from the high mountains, in the process committing suicide. Right? But the hadith, as you see, it's connected. It's not da'if. Did you catch it? So Some Muslims, they did, like I said earlier, they did some response videos about this video. And guys, I'm not going to mention their names because we don't want to make them famous. So if these cowards want to debate me about this topic, let them come and let us debate. Pay attention. We have Urwa and Aisha in the chain of narration as well, which makes it a connected chain. So it does not say that Az-Zuhri said Sami'na or we have heard. So this is actually a fully connected chain of narration. Yet these liars said...
Az-Zuhri definitely made this statement. However, he doesn't give a source for this particular bit of information.
Do you see how easy it is to expose these liars and deceivers? Rumzi and Farid, please stop embarrassing yourselves. It's time for you to find a new job. Change the title of your YouTube and TikTok to Dunya over Dawah because you are not fit for Dawah. Exactly. These people are not fit for Dawah. They can only deceive their own Muslim, their own gullible Muslim audience. Muslim audience, guys, they don't study. They don't fact check what their Dawah boys say. They just take it for granted. If you claim to be a follower of truth, and you call yourself maybe a seeker of truth, why are you not fact-checking Muslims, my Muslim brothers and sisters in humanity? Why don't you fact-check what your da'is are saying? Because I just destroyed them and buried them in front of you. Aywa. So guys, some cowardice Muslims who do not dare to debate me live on air, they only do live shows, they only do response videos, and they always lie in their response videos about me, right? But it's okay, right? Imagine if they would not do response videos about me. That means we are doing a bad job. We are not interested enough for them. Because we are very dangerous, our live streams and videos are very, very dangerous. A lot of Muslims are leaving Islam because of our videos and live shows, because they are seeing that we don't need to use deception. We Christians, unlike the Muslims, we don't need to deceive anybody because we are the followers, the real followers of the truth. And who claim to be the truth? Jesus Christ. Glory to his name. I am the way, the truth, and life. Right, guys? So we are followers of the truth, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the living God himself, Jesus Christ. Right? We are not like the Muslims. All right. So let me switch the screen for a sec here and let us bury these wannabe Muslims who are trying to refute us in their cowardice response videos. Again, these Muslims are cowards. They don't dare to debate me. And here's the link, guys, for the Sahih Bukhari hadith, specifically about the suicidal prophet who wanted to throw himself several times, not one, not two, but many times from the high mountains, trying to commit suicide. Why? Because Muhammad was simply mentally ill. And he became very sad, because the death of Waraqah and the divine inspiration was halted, was stopped or paused for a long while. Okay, guys? So he wanted to unalive himself, kill himself in the process. Why? Because Muhammad had issues. Muhammad was a crazy madman. He wasn't called, remember, Muhammad wasn't called Sha'ar Majnoon in the Quran, not for nothing, right, guys? Sha'ar Majnoon means a mad poet. That's one of the nicknames of Muhammad. Did you know that? When you call someone a mad poet in the Arabic language, that means you're calling him someone who is possessed by jinn. Majnoon is derived from the word jinn, meaning manifested, possessed by demons, the Islamic demons who they call the jinn. Majnoon, someone who is possessed by jinns. Did you catch it? Majnoon means a crazy man, a madman. Someone who is possessed. Ash-Sha'r al-Majnoon, exactly. That's the way to say it in the Arabic. Nice job, brother. You see, here's the Arabic for it. Sha'r Majnoon, a mad poet. That's literally one of the nicknames of Muhammad, and he had many nicknames. The ear, remember the ear, that's his nickname as well, because he was always copying, plagiarizing what he heard from others, from the Jews, from the pagans, from many people. And they use it to accuse him. Even in the Quran, they accuse him of stealing the famous, the asatir al-awwaleen, the ancient tales, the fairy tales before him. Right, guys? All right. So let me refute these cowardice Muslims who are saying, oh, Rob, you're quoting a hadith that has someone in the chain of narration and he's not accepted. That's what they always do, guys. They always, whenever we embarrass their prophet, they always throw their own scholars, their own narrators under the bus. Right, guys? That's what they do. That's their job these days. Muslims always throw their own scholars and narrators under the bus. Muslims, hello! If there would be someone who is going to throw your scholars and narrators under the bus, it would be me, not you. Imagine if a Christian would throw, let's say, the Apostle Paul or the Apostle John or maybe the church fathers under the bus. What would you say about that? But that's what Muslims do. They're actually helping us. That's funny stuff, man.
Emotional, damn it.
What is this religion? What is this religion, guys? And the miracle of reinterpretation. Islam needs always reinterpretation, right? Gloria Amdai, we did many times over, brother. We talked about Abdullah bin Abi Sarh. We did often. But I don't want to go there today, brother, if you don't mind. I have more things to... It's a long live stream and I picked specific topics for today's live stream. I didn't even start yet. I'm only trying to refute here. I'm doing my best here to refute still the video that I uploaded 2 days ago. So I didn't even actually start the live stream yet. So pay attention. Don't distract, please, brother. I'm going to start to time out people if you're not focusing. Okay? Don't push me. I don't want to silence anybody. I'm not a Muslim. Okay? But please, guys, focus, please, for the love of God. Admins, you have a job to do. All right. So, in Tarikh al-Tabari, volume 2, by al-Tabari himself, in the history of al-Tabari, volume 2, and brother Phil Herrera, if you can give them the link, that would be awesome. On page, as we showed in the video, page 298, page 298, okay? Page 298, as you see on the screen, we have the connected chain of narration. عن الزهري عن عروة عن عائشة. And then we find, here in the bottom, that Muhammad wants to throw himself from the Jabal, right? From the mountain. He wants to commit suicide on several occasions, several times. And every time he wants to jump, Jibreel comes out of nowhere. Ya Muhammad, anta Rasulullah. Don't do it. You are the Rasul of Allah. You are the messenger of Allah. Don't commit suicide, Ya Rasulullah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Buddy, brother, you have a lot of work to do. Don't do it. You have to deceive a lot of Muslims. All right. So we have the connected chain that you see highlighted here in the yellow. From Az-Zuhri, from Urwa, and then from Aisha. Now some Muslims said, well, Rob Christian, you are a deceiver like Rasulullah. You are a deceiver like our Prophet. You forgot that there's a narrator in the chain and his name is An-Nu'man bin Rashid or Rashid. Here, this guy, you see that I put a red line under his name. Do you see it? An-Nu'man bin Rashid, okay, or Rashid, whatever. Rashid, let's say it's Rashid. So, or Rashid. So, An-Nu'man bin Rashid. But the problem is, they say this guy is considered, and Nu'man is considered to be weak. Is this true, or is this another lie? Is this true, or is this another lie? Of course they are lying. Of course these Muslims are lying because because he just a second, this guy Let me pull my evidence on the screen. This guy is actually, according to the scholars, he is trustworthy. He is trustworthy. That's what the scholars said. Look. Here is what the scholars have said about him. Look, guys, I collected the information for you. The rank, what is the rank of An-Nu'man bin Rashid or Rashid? What's his rank? The scholars have said about him, Ibn Hajar, a famous scholar, said, An-Nu'man bin Rashid, he is honest. Ibn Shaheen said, he mentioned him in the book of the trustworthy. Al-Bukhari said, he is honest. So Imam Bukhari himself, guys, called him an honest man. And Al-Bukhari used him as witness. And Ibn Habban, another scholar, he said, his hadith is in al-Sahih. So they throw literally people under the bus. The narrators in a certain chain of narration, they throw him under the bus and they lie about him. Muslims, why are you doing our job for us? If there is going to be someone who throw your religion, your scholars, your narrators under the bus, it would be me, not you. So why do you lie? Because without lies, Islam dies. Remember? Without lies, Islam dies. So we have a trustworthy person, an honest person who is one of the narrators. If we go back, guys, he's one of the narrators. They literally throw him under the bus. This guy here, An-Nu'man bin Rashid. Did you catch it? Yet he is a trustworthy, honest person. So they do take his hadith. Even Imam Bukhari, Ibn Hajar, Ibn Habban. So they lie about him. Just because this is such an embarrassing fact in Islam that Muhammad was suicidal. They try to hide the evidence. That's what they always do. And they will throw their own narrators and scholars under the bus. Did you catch it, guys? Are you following, guys? So this is what I wanted to address today.
Bangladesh, a woman says that always gets depressed and panic attacks whenever she thinks about money. So she's always thinking about the future, what Allah will bring, what Allah Azza wa Jal would provide, and she's always having these anxiety attacks. And whenever he tries to calm her down and connect her to Allah and says to her, Allah is a provider, she says, there's nothing wrong in being depressed. There's nothing wrong in having anxiety attacks. The Prophet was depressed, ﷺ, and not only that, he even tried to commit suicide. What about the attempts that the Prophet tried to commit suicide when he was first revealed to, and then he did not see Jibreel? So he used to go to the top of the mountains and try and attempt to throw himself. Is there any authenticity of that? The answer is no. In Sahih al-Bukhari, these are known as balaghat.